Hey guys, so I hope you all are having a blessed day today. And I just had to show you how good God is. So you're probably wondering, how is God good just by a tree falling? This is how he's good. Over here on this side, it's messy over here, so I'm not going to show you, but there's two pens, a dog pen and a cat pen, that are literally right across from here. It's like right over here. Okay? So, how God is good in this situation is that this tree, you can see how it fell right here. But this tree, you can see how the stump is actually leaning. Well, how it was is if you went all the way up, there was big branches over here towards us and over here towards the cat pen and dog pen, and then there was one smaller branch, or maybe one big branch, probably the size of that branch, on this side of the tree. Okay? And with the strong winds, that tree leaning like this right over the cat pen and dog pen should have fell on the cat pen and dog pen. And there is no logical scientific way that this tree should have, that was leaning this way, had all the signs of it falling this way, with all of it, with most of its weight leaning over here, most of the branches leaning over here or over here towards us, only one branch leaning that way, that it would fall right there in between the woodshed and this little small tree, perfectly tucked in between them. It broke the back part of the woodshed, but the fact of it breaking off and somehow landing, now you probably can't tell, but this is, here's the stump, and there's May in the back. Here's the stump. It broke on this side, and it somehow fell about, here's the end of the stump. That's a good 3 or 4 feet from this tip. So with those strong winds, God broke it off. God allowed it to break off, and he literally flipped it to where it went over here. And when I say it was a big tree, I mean, there's the tree, it broke, and then here's the rest of it tree, here's the rest of the tree, and it doesn't end there. That big stump, that's the tree. All of these branches right here is the tree, and except for that one, that one's rotted wood, but right here is the tree, and it broke off like that. So that is why I say God is good, because he knew my heart's desire was not for it to land on the cat pen and dog pen. And you can see just how much of an angle this is. I mean, that is a pretty sharp angle. And then I actually saw this yesterday where it's cracked right here. So if the wind would have came, you can see how easy. But if the wind came, it should have broke here and either fell this way, right onto the dog pen and cat pen. With the crack, it should have fell this way onto the dog pen or cat pen, or fell maybe that way, but more on the pins. This just goes to show you just how good God is. And even in that time of worry or fretting, God will make a way for anything. And another cool part is that my mom and dad actually prayed that with the strong wind, everybody will stay safe. And it was literally probably just a little bit, probably 10 minutes before this tree fell. It was very soon after they prayed that this tree fell and landed perfectly in between the tree and the woodshed. I love how God blesses us with the desires of our hearts for the glory of God. so that we can show others, look what God can do. Even though this is a tree that got broke off, it saved my cat and my dog's life. Like, with my cat's shelter, he would have got smushed. He would not have made it. It would have been highly unlikely that he would have made it. And then my dog, it would have been probably a close call, but definitely my cat, he would not have made it. And it was, you can see this tree right here. That tree was growing right beside it, going like this and up here. And I don't know how tall it was. I think it was right around there is the stopping point, and you can see just how big that tree is. And for that tree to be leaning literally, it did a whole flip around. God is good. And I hope this is an encouragement to you guys that if you pray and ask God, He will bless you with the desires of your heart for the glory of Him. He may not always say yes, but the times He does say yes, it is beautiful. And I wanted this to be an encouragement for you guys to trust in God and don't lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths.